Okie doke, I think I am live. So this is a little bit of a test. We are going to be doing some Zulrah today. So just to quickly go through Zulrah, in case anyone here is brand new to the game or to the boss. So Zulrah, I'd probably say it's a mid-game boss at this point. It's a boss that's in basically 3 phases. It's a boss that's used to gain items such as the blowpipe, the serp helm, and a couple of others. You can get the onyx from here as well. So just to go through a few little bits. First of all, Zulrah's in 3 phases, 3 forms. Form 1 is the serpentine form, which is weak to mage, uses ranged as attack, which is probably the most common one that you're going to see. Its other form is Tanzanite, which is the mage form. As you can see, mage defense very high, so this is where you're going to be using the ranged against it. It attacks predominantly with mage as well, so you'll be protecting from mage throughout this. And then the other form is the melee form, Magma, which is also weak to mage. It attacks with melee. However, the difference is that there's no negative stats here. So although we will be using mage and it's technically weak to that, you can see there it's a +0 on the defense. Things to note for anyone that's doing it for the first time: there are plugins if you use RuneLight. A plugin I use especially is the Zulrah plugin that you can see here. Basically what this does is it just explains to you where the snake's going to appear, in what form, to give you kind of a chance of where to position yourself and also what to pray, also knowing what to attack as well. This is the setup I'm going to be using. So you really need to have a ranged and mage setup for this, unless you're lucky enough to have crystal bow, or the bowfer, or even the twisted bow. So you can see here my setup's really going to be a switch between pretty decent mage gear, pretty decent ranged gear, but nothing that's sort of best in slot. So that's why I'm going to need the 2 setups. Important things for Zulrah is to have a ring of recoil, or I think it's the ring of torture, if you're lucky enough to have that, because these little snakes are going to spawn in and you're going to need to deal with those. Luckily the ring of recoil can kill them for you, so you don't actually have to worry about them. Other things that are helpful: Luna's spells. So you can see here the Book of the Dead. The runes that I've got here, so Cosmic, Fire, Blood and Earth, they allow you to spawn these little companions that will do some chip damage for you, which can be very helpful, especially whilst you're trying to switch gear. What I go for, if you don't have Zulrah TPs, so if you're Iron Man and you've run out of TPs or you're just starting, you can get there using a fairy ring. I might show you that through this 1 hour playthrough. And you'll need a fairy ring, so you'll need the Draymond staff, and you'll also need 76 agility. If you don't have 76 agility, you'll need some form of boost, either a summer pie or an agility potion, which I will show you through this. I've also got house TPs, which are quite handy to have because I'm on Luna's. If not, you can use any other form of ring of dueling, or whatever you want to use to restore your stats between runs. What's also helpful here is I've got the serp helm already. I'm in a group Iron Man, so luckily my team have managed to get one of these already. If you don't have this, I will show you an alternative setup in a second. You'll need anti-poisons or anti-venoms if you're lucky enough to have those. Unfortunately, at this point, we are not at the level to make anti-venoms. So you can see here, 2 anti-poisons is what I would take if I didn't have the serp helm. And really with these runs, you're looking at doing 1 KC if you're lucky. I use a ranged helm, Missouri helm for my setup. You can bring a helmet switch, you can have a mage and a ranged switch. However, I just focus on my ranged, as that does a lot of the damage for me on these runs. And then yeah, that's pretty much it. So getting now into the game. So if I just close this and then switch over, and I should have the webcam on, hopefully. Here we go. So right, we're gonna go at this now for around an hour. So I've got a timer here, which is good, and that's gonna help me kind of gauge where I'm up to and how many KC I managed to do. So we'll start on around 7 minutes, and then we'll basically go from there. So big things to check each time, luckily I did check it, is your ring of recoil. You do need to reset this, and to do that you need to grab another one from the bank like this and break it, and when you break it, it will reset the amount of points of damage you can do. So you can see now I've got 40 instead of 3. Important that you do this, because otherwise you'll find yourself mid-fight no longer able to deal with the little snakes, little snakelings. So that is pretty much it. We are on 7 minutes. We are gonna go. So teleport to Zulrah, and you will go on the boat just like this. Okie doke. What I do, I have these tiles mats. If you want to replicate them, you can. I'm going to spawn in my Lunar spell. I always use the mage version, as that's what I find just, you know, the most consistent damage. So that is something I'm going to go for here. And then yeah, just to start with there, you saw it was the range phase. It always starts that way, and then it starts its full phase in one of 3 things, either melee, range, or mage. So there it was melee, so I know what path I'm following. Now it's in mage, so you protect mage, you attack range. Sometimes what will happen is it will attack with the other form of attack. So say that was meant to be attacking with mage, it did throw the odd range at me as well. So that is also something you cannot stop. It's going to happen, you're going to take damage, but the main thing is to be praying the main thing that it's going to be attacking with. On melee, you want to be making sure you are attacking with mage, unless you have a very powerful ranged weapon. And then I switch back to range for the mage phase. And make sure you keep your Lunas up as well, because that's going to let you do a lot of your damage. And what I try to do is, between gear switches, I always try to eat. So if I eat between the switches, it means that I can focus more on attacking. And you can see those little snakelings are dying automatically, and that's because of the recoil. So basically they're damaging me, and then I'm doing damage back. We're coming to the final phase, and this next phase here is going to be a bit of a strange one. So he's going to attack me once with range, and then with mage, and then he goes back to range, back to mage. So I'm switching between each one here, like that, and that's the first KC. So a lot to get used to at the beginning. It's quite hard to explain as well whilst you're doing it, because yeah, there really is a lot going on. So straight out and straight back in. And I didn't even use a range potion there. Make sure you use your range potion. If you've got the imbued heart, use the imbued heart as well. Really, you want to maximize your stats as much as you can. It's the same. I always go into this corner. Always start in this corner. It's always the best place to start. This really allows you to be in the right place, and you can see how all this venom comes. It just avoids you taking damage. So mage phase, this is a different phase to the last one. So I'm using the plugin on the side, and that's what I'm using to kind of know where I'm going. I roughly know where to go without it, but it's just a little bit of a fail safe for me. I'm making my way to the next bit. So here we go, protecting range now. I'm quite low on health, a little bit uncomfortable the health I'm on. And here we go, another Luna's back out. And my aim for this is to do 2kc each run. If I do 2kc, I'm happy. So that was really close there. I think I've selected the wrong run here. Oh no, I'm not. I'm good. So I'm quite low here. I'm going to need a little bit of luck to get this KC done. And it's fine if I can't. The main thing is that I do not die. So let's range again. It's a little bit off here at the moment, I'll be honest. Resetting that, and hopefully that should be enough. Not quite. There we go, managed to get it just about. So yeah, sometimes which kind of happened to me, that you can't really see it, I was using my kind of guide and I must have selected the wrong one, so I was kind of a little bit off. So you can wing it once you get used to it. You'll roughly know where you're going. So what you do now, after the 2kc, ran out of food, so I'm going to reset. I haven't got the full house set up yet, so I'm using Ferox as my kind of main spot to reset. And with the resets, the important thing is the ring of recoil, unless you have the ring of torture, obviously. And obviously making sure the food is all reset. So, ring of recoil, so there it is, you break. Oh, and to be fair, I completely used my last one, so kind of got a little bit lucky there. So, 2 prayer pots, just in case I can get that free KC in. It can happen sometimes. And what I'm doing is I'm taking 2 sharks, and I'm just having combo food, just in case, like you saw, it gets a little bit on the rough side in terms of you get stacked by a bunch of different things at once. And that's pretty much it. Got the range pot already, so we can go. And I'm on a Slayer task here. You can use a Slayer helm, but that doesn't stop the venom, unfortunately. So that's kind of why I'm using the Serp helm instead of the Slayer helm. Just makes me not have to worry about the venom at all, which is quite good. So here we go. So another run now. So on the melee. What you gotta do this melee is you gotta move between the two squares between each hit. Otherwise he will he'll not just hit you, but he'll actually send you flying. So you want to make sure you're always on the move between the hits. So there we go. This is a much better start this time. And I can start praying mage here because he stops attacking me and he just spawns little snakelings. So it's now a case of just waiting for the next phase, and it stops the snakelings from being able to attack me too. If they're there long enough, they will then eventually despawn, because enough phases have gone by that they'll spawn some fresh ones in. So I'll get the Lunas back on. As you saw, one of them went there. Oh, what am I doing? I'm gonna make sure you're in the right position, otherwise that can happen. Just eating on the range attacks, you can see those green orbs. Just making sure that I'm not getting caught out by that. I realise I'm on the complete wrong side here. So I'm just going to have to pray this phase. I can just wait here. So this is pretty much on the easier side here in terms of the different phases you can have, the different run-throughs. Just hoping for a little bit of damage here at the end to get the kill. And that should be it. One more. There we go. So that's use one of my combos there, which isn't too bad. Just gonna wait for the potion reset up at the top left here, and then go in again for the next one. Like I said, I'm just aiming for 2 KC. If I can do a third, I'll try it, but I'm not overly fussed by that. 2 KC is more than enough for what I'm after. So again, praying range when it's green. And now he's going to spawn little snakelings, so I'm going to pray mage just to reduce that damage as much as I can. And now melee phase, and the good thing in the melee phase, if you buy one of these pillars, it can't actually hit you. So you can kind of hide behind a pillar and avoid all damage, which is really good. Like I said at the beginning, attacking him with mage, as he's got like a 300 plus defense against range, so very unlikely I'm going to hit him. Respawn my Lunas in. Got a special attack I'm going to use. These next 2 phases are in the middle. He very often swaps. There's a couple of occasions where he won't swap colour. He'll stay the same colour, but most of the time he'll swap. So you kind of know that you're going to need to swap prayers. Let's get the right book on. So here, for example, he'll go from this green to green on the right side. I'm just going to do one more Lunas. That should be enough for the kill, hopefully. I think with this one, it will be a phase of the switching between the 2 attack styles. But the difference is he starts with mage, I'm pretty sure. Yep. So I'm switching prayer between each one. And there we go. Borderline me being able to try another run here. I'm not going to. But yeah, that's pretty much it for that one. So what are we on? Around 4 KC in approximately just before 10 minutes roughly. And it's good to have a quick way to reset. There are quicker ways than what I'm doing, but it's relatively fast. And it's nice that I've got some TPs that makes it a lot quicker. So reset these. So 2 prayer pots. Have a range pot, wherever it is. There it is. Always make sure to reset your ring of recoil. So that has 19 left, so that's still quite a lot left, but I'm not going to risk going out with that one because it will most likely break midway through my fight. And that's it, ready to go again. Range pot, and then we're ready to go. So, like I was saying, always starts on range. And you don't need to pray anything here because he's never going to attack you. He's always going to do these clouds of venom first. And then that's when you need to worry about praying. Don't need to pray in the melee because you're kind of getting out of the way of his attack. As long as you move between each attack, you're fine. And with this phase, there's 2 ways it can kind of go. So depending on where the ranger goes, which is on the right here, it basically sends me down a different path than if he was in the middle. You can be in the middle there sometimes on this one, when it's the melee first. Respawn the Lunas. And the Lunas is very, very handy for just making sure you're constantly chipping damage, even if you're switching gear. If you're a little bit overwhelmed, sometimes it can even be the difference between getting the kill or even getting a death. So very handy to have that up at all times. Switch into Mage on the melee up. And because I'm by the pillar, he cannot hit me, so I do not have to worry about being hit. Flicking a bit here just to save a little bit of prayer. And the damage I'm taking isn't because I'm praying wrong, it's the little snakelings doing damage to me. But when they do damage to me, they will die because of the recoil. Using my spec. And this next one is going to be the switch phase, so I'm going to start getting my prayer ready for that. Do not want to be stuck having to mess around with any prayer whilst I'm doing it. So basically, as soon as I see the attack, I switch. Little slight delay, I guess, just so I'm not doing it too fast. I don't want to be waiting for too long on the next one, because that will potentially tempt me to click again. There we go. We're getting a little bit smoother now, the kills. Okay. Just checking out the stream is all good. Just make sure the audio is okay as well. Okay, yeah, audio is all good. And to be fair, because I'm full HP here, I'm just going to go straight to Castle Wars. I don't need to reset my HP. So, here we go. So, 2 KC is the aim. To be fair there, I could have definitely done another KC. I don't know how many I just did. I could have definitely done another KC, but oh well. We can reset quickly. Yeah, I think I only did 1 KC there. It's not a problem. That's all we need, and then back to it. So a little bit off the efficiency there, but not a problem. And then we're back to it again. So this to me is my favorite kind of phase, the melee one. When he starts a melee like this, it's usually one of the easier ones to do. You saw that time he started here instead of on the right, so a slight difference than the previous ones I had. I can start praying mage now, reduce that snakeling damage. Respawn the Lunas. Gonna chill here for a second, just to avoid those snakelings being able to attack me. So you can see he does hit sometimes off the prayer that he's meant to. Where am I meant to be here? Okay, I'm meant to be over here. So watch, if he does a range, I'm probably going to be, yeah, like that. Just to be on the safe side. And I've messed up here drastically. So he's going to be hitting me with a different press here. So I did this last time, so it is important to get into position quite early, otherwise you do end up like this. But luckily he cannot damage me as long as I pray the right things here, which is a switch each time. So I'm just going to wait for him to come round. It should be another melee phase. And the aim is to try and really kill him before the end of this phase. As you can tell, with the melee phase, you do not do a lot of damage unless you have a high accurate weapon. So ideally, we kill him before he goes into his next phase. Yeah, nice one. Okay. Nice, some more teleports. So you do get teleports fairly frequently. You can get into a position where you'll just constantly have teleports. You'll never have to worry, especially as an Iron Man. So straight back in. This is the over version of his cycle, which is a mage one. I don't do this one as often, but it's not overly difficult. Oh, I need to be careful there. Always make sure I got the right offensive prayer on as well. As I was saying, safe here when you're behind the pillars, so you don't have to worry about moving. It's only really that beginning phase where you have to worry about it. What's slightly annoying with this boss as well is you cannot attack it straight away when it comes up, so you have to wait. There's like a slight delay. In case you're wondering what that noise is, it's a ruby spec, so you've got a chance of doing quite a lot of damage. It's especially good at the beginning, not so good towards the end. You do take a little bit of damage from having to do it. Don't know why I stopped there. Do some big hits here to finish off. That'd be nice. There we go. So not quite enough food for a third run. So all the loot's pretty good here as a 9-man. So it's very little that I'm gonna leave. The Zulrah scales are especially what's good here, because obviously as an Iron Man you cannot buy them, you have to grind them. So just make sure I've got that reset of combo food and reset in the ring. 10 damage left that time. And there we go, and we are pretty ready to go. I'm just gonna eat something of low level just to get back to max. Every little counts. And there we go, ready to go again. So 17 left on this Slayer task. I don't think at the rate we're going at I'm going to do the task in this hour, but I'll have a good chunk of it done, which is pretty good. Just sip on that range potion. Is mage phase? Yeah, it's a mage one. Kill's going pretty fast, which is good. I kind of take full advantage of the melee guy to get my heals up, because I cannot do a lot of damage to him with this setup, annoyingly. Ranged. So it should be double ranged. So I do need to get to the other side here. Oh, that was close. I don't know if I got away with that. Yeah, I did. Should be able to finish him off here. There we go. Nice. So you can really get an easy run if you can get him down early. So it's just getting that damage in. You can see I didn't use a lot of food there. Slight chance I could be on for a free KC run here. We'll see. But I'm not bothered if not. Main thing is I get 2. If I get 2, I'm pretty happy. Just making sure I get back to max health. I'm taking quite a lot of damage this run, so it's probably going to rule out the free KC, which is annoying. Oh, I kind of got away with one there, I'll be honest. I'm always trying to get that Lunas out as much as I can. So it's pretty much a case of getting this one done. I will not be able to do the third. It'd be too risky, which is fine. And there we go, nice and easy. Go for the Ferox trip this time, save a food. I don't actually need to hit the pool if I'm going to Ferox. So eventually once that pool is upgraded, it will basically do what this pool here does. But we use a free-for-all portal because it's slightly quicker. There's a bit of a delay once you hit that pool, which is annoying. Right. Reset the gear again. So getting some good scales from this as well, which is good. Really good for the Iron Man. So again, I've got a little tab here which is good for reminding me, making sure I do this recoil. That's mainly the one thing that can ruin my runs if I forget to do that. Anything else is not as important. Just check my scales. Yeah, we got plenty in both. Okey-doke, and we're ready to go. So we are on about halfway. We're just past halfway, so I'll have to check how many KC I've done, but we're making good progress. Only 15 left on the Slayer task. Can save a little bit of prayer by flicking as well. This is only really especially good if you're on for free KC. So in the swing of things now, it's once you've done a few, you do kind of get used to it. I mean, I'm over 100 on this account now, so I'm kind of used to what I'm doing. Main thing here is I get to the other side, like so. Wrong time to have a ruby spec, but no problem. You could bring a switch of bolts here, but it's not overly important because you're not really in that much trouble death-wise. I should have gone mage there to begin with, but it's okay. More TPs, which is great. That should be enough for me to almost finish the full task. It's going to be tight with this food for the next run, but I'm going to give it a go. I can always TP out if I'm unsure with these house TPs. I'll kind of know if I'm in a bit of trouble. What I need to get in a habit of doing here is when he starts firing little white balls, I need to switch to mage straight away. So I think it's now. Yeah, straight to mage. That should reduce the damage that I take from here on out. So same phase as what I just did. So there is a pattern to this constantly. You can see they're not really damaging me right now because of what I'm praying. Nice, that was a good time to have a ruby spec. Pray mage now. Go back to range. It should be range only. Should be able to kill him without another Lunas. There we go. Quite a bit of food left, but I'd have to heal up, so I'm not going to risk another run on this one. If I had 2 more food and maybe a little bit of HP in general, I would have maybe risked that there for the third. But it's really not worth it because you'll go through the whole fight and then you'll end up not getting a KC out of it. So it's not worth it. It's very risky. So there we go. Make sure we do the recoil, and it's the most important thing to remember. And that is it. We only ever use 2 doses of the range pot, so that's all fine. I just realised I will have enough teleports because I do approximately 2 KC a run, so I should have enough TPs to finish this Slayer task. So it becomes a bit of a rinse and repeat. You just got to get used to these patterns. So hopefully by watching me, you'll be able to kind of gather roughly what the kind of patterns are. There are a few that are repeating, which is good. But it really, you'll get it from experience, from trying it yourself for the most part. I'm still learning myself. Definitely not the finished article. It's annoying it didn't do the food that I asked it to. So safe here against the melee because I'm against the pillar. Make sure I get over there this time, because I have been slacking a little bit. There we go. See, I'm there, so I'm not getting blocked off here like I was getting last time. Sometimes your positioning is more important than actually doing the KC. Ruby specs, but quite late on the kill, so it's not as handy. And I'm in the wrong place. There we go. Not too bad. So around 20 minutes to go for it to be a full hour. Might be on for a free KC here if I can take a little damage. I've got quite a lot of food. Not if he hits me a range though, it's not going to work. Just get myself back to top here, so I can barely do any damage on this phase. And then here we go. Last little bit should be pretty simple. There we are. Oh, got quite a lot of Zulrah scales that time. Thought it was something good. But we'll take that 800 in this one trip. We can try and throw it just for as a little risky one. We'll try and throw it for a third KC. Why not? I wouldn't usually, but since we're here, we'll see what we can do with limited food. We've got the combo eats, so should be able to maximize our damage here as much as possible. Trying to conserve prayer here as much as I can. It's a good start. It's not a bad start. Lucky on here, you know, unless we get unlucky. Got plenty of prayer, should be able to just focus on that now. Kind of shafted a little bit. Come on, Lunas, help us out. Nice, got the third in. Definitely not on for the fourth. Nice Dragon Halberd, it's good for the Alk. So you can see that just in one trip, 1,000 scales. So for an Iron Man, that is incredible. I really don't need to drink out of that pond if I'm going to Ferox, but I have a habit of doing it. We're in the last 15 minutes now. See if we can throw in at least one more trip. Reset our combo food. And then, yep, we're ready to go. 10 KC to go for the Slayer task. No deaths as well, which is good. That'd be a little bit embarrassing whilst doing a stream / guide on this. So it's up to you how conservative you want to be with the prayer. Once you're like comfortable with it, you can be really conservative and just pray when you need to. Good start. A little bit more damage here because I've got the melee phase next anyway. So I don't need to really worry about heat unless I'm one shot. Carry on praying mage because the little snakelings, they generally attack mage. So you can see they kind of hit me now once I get off the what's-it-called, the mage. Be nice to hit something here. We could skip one of the more tougher phases. Didn't quite work out. There we go. Good first one. I didn't even range pot again. I am so bad at that. I could have made it a lot easier for myself, but didn't really use much food considering, so it's not too bad. Could be on for another 3 here, to be fair. So here, prey range until he starts firing little white orbs, and I go to mage. Should be now, I think. Yep. Just trying to reduce the snakeling damage. If I had something that could shred this guy when he was in melee, that would be insane, because that seems to be where the damage hiccups. Well, I'm hitting some pretty good numbers now. Prey mage here because he's just doing a gas cloud phase. Might be able to finish him here. Won't be here, but it will be when he comes back up. There we go. Yeah, we're on for a third KC here easily. Might have one more run after this as well. Because I've conserved prayer pretty well. The good thing is I'm going to have plenty for this third run. So I don't really have to worry too much about conserving. I'm going to do it a little bit just to be on the safe side. It should be alright. Go for some big hits now. Not a bad start. It's getting some pretty big hits in now, which is good. I see another range. I'm just going to use my stuff. To be fair, we're looking pretty good. Flick here because it's unlikely I'm going to do a lot of damage. Don't know why my character just got so close to him there, but that's fine. Should be a last Lunas. Last sip of the prayer. Should be able to finish him off here. Come on, one big hit. Oh, I'm actually going to have to do the next phase. That's annoying. There we go. Yeah, I reckon we can get in one more run before the end of this 1 hour. So getting some frees at the end. So once the confidence is up, I mean, it is RNG. It's not always skill based, but if you do everything right, you give yourself the best chance. That's for sure. So let's just get everything reset one final time. That's fine. We're not going to be doing that more. And just make sure we break the ring. Like so. And there we go. Ready for the final run. We have 6 minutes. So this is for sure going to be the final run. But good KC, no deaths, which is ideal. Super ideal for doing this. Really maximizing the output you can get. By the way, the reason I'm talking quite quietly is it's pretty late here, so I just kind of decided to do this on a bit of a whim. So in the day, I am a lot louder. Let's even get another free in here. I'm going to conserve a little bit of prayer. So another range side phase. He does 2 hits before he switches. Use my spec as early as I can, so I get another one. Took a lot of hits there. There we go, back to full. It's going to be tough to do a free KC this time, so we took a lot of damage so far. Pretty unpreventable. So we can get lucky with a bit of damage here. There we go, nice. Could be on for the free. We're going to need a pretty lucky next run, that's for sure. Last 3 minutes. To be fair, it could be good if we finish off on this next one, because we will hit the 1 hour timer. Hit the range pot. Just maximize that damage as much as possible on a melee run. Use a spec. By the way, if you have a blowpipe, you can bring the blowpipe here and use that spec, and that will also give you some extra health. You might be able to get 4 runs. Bring an extra prayer pot maybe. Respawn another Thralls. Just in case we get lucky here, I'm going to start conserving some prayer. The main thing here is I get to the other side once it goes down. Which I managed to do. was a bit of a rough one. It's looking like, yeah, this is the final KC. There's no way I'm going to be able to do. There we go. So, not bad loot. I think in total, I can have a quick check. In total, we did 200, 400, 700. Yeah, we did it well over a mil. We've done well over a mil. So that's pretty good in 1 hour of Zulrah. So there you go. That's pretty much it. I mean, I'm pretty new to it myself. 133 KC. I think on my main I did under 40. So in total, under 200 KC ever with Zulrah. This is the strategy I kind of use. I'm sure there's some other ways, and there's people that are gonna have better ways to do this, but I think this works. I think it's pretty safe. I've only died maybe once or twice ever at Zulrah, so yeah, it works pretty well, and I'm getting more and more comfortable with it as I go. Use the plugin, like I said. That's really the key. Eventually you're going to memorize the 3 different phases off the top of your head, but at least to begin with, it's very handy to have it on the side. If you've got a second monitor, have that there, and you can just follow it, and it's really easy that way. So yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, not really many in the stream today, but if you watch this afterwards, you know, you're just watching someone kill Zulrah a little bit, let me know if you got any tips. Also let me know. I'm open to any criticism, good or bad. So yeah, thanks for watching, and catch you soon.